Welcome to another exciting episode of Koffin Radio. I am Heartthrob Rob, and joining me today is my biggest guest. I'm so excited to have her, Heather Hopper, actress of such iconic shows and movies as Troop Beverly Hills and Good Morning Miss Bliss. I'm so excited to have you. How are you doing?
I'm really good. Thank you so much. I'm doing great. Thank you.
You look amazing. It's so good to have you. With such with the reboot happening and with the anniversary of the movie Troop Beverly Hills just passing just kind of recently. It's so cool to have you on the show. But if you don't mind, I'd like to take it back. When did you first get the entertainment bug bite? When did it first get you?
Oh, well, I don't want to be too long-winded. I got really involved in theater when I was a kid. My mom was very helpful in that spectrum. And so it kind of moved forward. And then, I think she had big dreams in her heart for me to see very well. And so it came into pass when I was very young. And then we moved to Hollywood when I believe I was just going to be 12. And then we hit the ground running. I didn't get much. I got a couple of commercial spots, but it was hard. And then, Troop was the biggest moment. I mean, the Roseanne Barr show on HBO before she got her pilot, that was a big, big deal. Mm-hmm. And then the big thing for me. And then Troop came and it was like Bliss. And then everything else sort of evolved from there. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, I have that in my notes. You actually did the Roseanne Barr stand-up show in 1987, right?
Yeah, it was really, really neat. She's so cool. I love her.
That's
I know
great.
she has stage cast on her, but I think she's okay.
Hey, that was a long time before that, and that's very cool. You got to meet her like right before she made it big, right? That's very cool. The show was like barely out, maybe, or it hadn't really started yet.
That pilot. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize.
No, you're totally fine. It's all you.
I did audition for her pilot. I was disappointed I didn't get it, but that's okay. I mean, there's always a plan. Mm-hmm. So it evolved how it's supposed to, but I thought she was amazing. So,
yeah, I saw you also were you on Punky Brewster, right? You did an episode of Punky Brewster?
Yeah, that was like one of the first jobs I did. Yeah. Along the way. Yeah.
Very cool. So in my notes, I got to look things up as they happen. Did you also do a Buick commercial?
I did.
Okay.
The Buick Century.
Yeah, I saw that. That's very cool.
The next terrestrial person.
I was gonna say there's an alien in the commercial. That's so cool, And for that day and age, it was like, oh my god.
Right. I know.
That's
I know. It was neat. It was like, I can't believe they spent so much money on this commercial, but they literally equipped the actors, myself and another guy that played my husband, my extraterrestrial husband. We wore the special contacts. And we literally went to the desert for like a week. It was crazy.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I know.
You start off with those bit roles, but are still on huge shows. I mean, Roseanne, Punky Brewster, a Buick commercial. Buick's a cool car. You know what I mean?
It is cool.
That's cool. And then, you hit your big break in 1988 on Good Morning Miss Bliss, which was a Disney show, correct?
Yeah, that's right. You're right. And then they were also with NBC. And so at first we were supposed to go to Florida and we were going to film the show there on the Universal lot in Florida. And then I think Haley Mills had some second thoughts and she wasn't all about it. She was a Disney kid and all that. But she went way back. So I don't think she was feeling it. And so I'm not really sure about all that, but she just bowed out, and then the show went in a different direction. And yes, I know I didn't continue with it. There's another backstory to that. It's boring. I don't want to, Yeah. Nobody cares about that. They're like, oh, you weren't asked back. Well, that's really not how it goes. But okay. And but that's fine because honestly, I'm glad because my life is fine, and my life is actually better, I think, for it. I was really good friends on the set with Lark Voorhees, and I watched a clip, I meant to tell you about this, of her on Dr. Oz. He paid for all of her therapy bills and all this nonsense and stuff. It's not nonsense. It's actually very serious, but I don't want to give it too much play because that's her personal issues, not mine. But, she was going through some stuff. And frankly, to be honest with you, Rob, I think I might have been in trouble had I stayed on that show.
Well, when you were on that show, you were Nikki Coleman, who was outspoken and often advocated for the moral course of action when the others decided to do something mischievous. How did you relate to that character at the time?
I loved that character because I loved the way that they wrote it, and I really was convicted about what they wrote for me. I didn't think it up myself, obviously. I'll tell you a funny story here in a second. I loved it because it gave me an avenue where I could explore being smarter than I was. And I just got to, like, be that person. And I thought it was fantastic. And being in Troop and playing Tessa, I'll just tell you real quick, I would get fan mail and I would tell my mom, oh my gosh, I can't write this person back because they're so smart. My mom isn't here with me anymore. God bless her, rest her soul in peace. But she used to write fan mails for me.
Yeah.
Really smart people. But I was there with her. It was like she was doing it by herself. I don't want to make it sound weird.
For someone who you say you're not smart, you were able to pull off a very smart role every time. I always thought you were smart. All the characters that you just said, you've always come across as very smart and, not a bookworm, but just smart. You were a smart person. You know what I mean? That's very cool.
I think I have good common sense. I'm not book smart, but I'm good. I like to read, but I cheat. I audible all the time now.
There you go. So like you said earlier, it was actually, originally it was based as a JFK High School in Indianapolis, Indiana. And like you said, you had Haley Mills was the main character originally. How was she in real life? Because, she was the original Parent Trap. And like you said, she's gone back for Disney for years and years and years.
Lovely. She was so lovely that one day I had a bad day. And I was upset about something. I think us kids were acting up on set, something like that. I wasn't really partaking, but I'm not going to say I'm innocent, but we were all just kind of, and I was upset, so I was kind of like shedding a few tears. I was like, oh, and I'm going to go hide behind the set. And then she saw that I was upset and she came around. This is how great she was. And she came around, she goes, what's the matter? What's going on? So she did like a little counsel session with me. And I thought that was really special. She goes, it's okay. It's only one day. Don't worry about it. You're having a hard time right now. Tomorrow's a new day.
That's cool of her. Because, she's been there too. She was a teenage actor as well. You know what I mean? And she, by that time, she had been, acting for quite a long time. That's very cool of her to, sit down a young actress and help her get through the day. That's very cool of her. I
thought so too. And she was a wonderful professional. She did not like to have a lot of makeup on her face, so she didn't really want to be in the makeup chair very often because she just wanted to be all unnatural. And I respect that.
That's very cool. You had an episode, some of the more memorable episodes of that show were an episode where you and Zach have to work together. Another episode where you, again, the smart, you refuse to dissect a frog. What are some of your favorite
I didn't want
episodes?
to do that behind myself. Go ahead. I interrupt you.
No, you're fine. I want to hear everything. What were some of your favorite episodes? And what are some of your memories from those episodes?
Favorite episodes? Well, definitely Dissecting the Frog episode was awesome, but I also like the episode where the girl comes on the crazy, okay, I'm going to give you a little backstory. The chick that played the gal that's the singer, I forget what episode it's called. I can't remember, but anyway, I think her name is Stevie. Yeah.
It was.
Great backstory about that is that she actually worked on some sort of concession sort of job on the NBC lot. Mm-hmm. So maybe she knew somebody, I don't know, but hired her. And I remember my mom was like, wait, my daughter's a singer. She should sing this song. I'm like, Mom, but she, of course, submitted my choice anyway.
That's cool.
They didn't use it. It's okay. It's all good. Yeah. And they used some other singer's tape. And then I just remember that girl because I think I was shopping in the commissary or something like that. And I remember seeing her, and then she showed up, and I was like, whoa, she's playing Stevie. What?
That's crazy. It's a small world sometimes.
Yeah. What did you say?
I would say it's a small world sometimes.
It is. And, you know, I really feel bad that, I don't really feel bad, but I acknowledge the fact that Max Pacino is not really acknowledged. And I thought he did a great job in that episode. He was really upset with Zach, and he was like, and they were like in a fight and all that. And so, that was a really fun episode. I loved it. And I also liked the episode where I got a pie in my face.
When they do that, is it shaving cream or how does that work?
No, it's a real pie.
How crazy. That's so cool. Well, okay, so you said you got along with Max. You think he did great. You were really close friends with Lark Voorhees. What was the rest of the cast like?
Well, I mean, Mark Paul and I both, I mean, this is just my tidbit of my information about what was happening. We both really got along well, and we had a crush on each other. And I remember as a child, we were children, so we would go running from set to set. When I say set to set, it was like soap operas that were taping and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And so we would just be really excited, and we didn't really know what the hell we were doing, but we were having fun.
That's cool.
So we had a crush on each other, but of course it just passed. You know, it's just kids.
You're kids. Yeah, it happens. You're just kids. Milo was on that show as well. You said you got along with Haley Mills pretty good.
Very well. Yeah. And Dennis Haskins, you know, I mean, I don't want to say anything bad.
You don't have to say anything bad if you don't want to.
Yeah,
let it out. If he's a weirdo, tell us. Is he a weirdo? Is he a weirdo?
No, I'll just tell you this. I saw him I used to go and hang out with my girlfriends, and we would do a bar crawl, and we'd go to dance clubs. That's basically what we like to do, is go to dance clubs, you know. Mm-hmm. I remember seeing Dennis there a couple times, and he came up to me and weird.
Oof.
That's all.
Yeah, I've heard some things.
But he's fine. He's fine. I'm sure he's fine.
Okay, cool. That's very cool. I mean, so if you have to look back at it, what are some of your favorite memories of the show? You said the pie in your face. What else is there, really?
My favorite memories of the show is working with the crew. My mom was there, but she was never in my face. So she was there, and then talk to each other and like talk about the day. And my favorite memories, honestly, to be honest with you, was the crew, the lighting crew.
Yeah.
The camera crew. I loved talking to them. They were just so neat. They were so cool.
That's cool.
Favorite memories. Isn't that weird that I say that? But that's my favorite.
It's like going to school with a bunch of people, or work. You miss all your coworkers after a while, right? Once you leave, you kind of think of everybody after, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. What do you think of the new Saved by the Bell reboot coming? Have you seen the trailer or anything like that? No?
I haven't. No. I should, though. I don't know. I'm not attached to it, though, so that has nothing really to do with me because it's separate from me,
Yeah, people don't understand that you were on Good Morning Miss Bliss, which was retconned to become Saved by the Bell afterwards, but because it fits so well, you know what I mean? And I also wanted to bring up, they took your character and, that was, Jesse Spano was based off your character. So, and I think you did Nikki Coleman complete justice and a complete service. You did that completely well. Perfect. I love it.
Thank you.
It's so
That's
cool.
Really nice.
But how fun to be immortalized forever for something like that. It's been, 30 years and people still love that show. How incredible is that,
Well, I'm the same way. I mean, there's movies, not necessarily series, but there's movies that I wasn't even alive when they were made, but I still love them. Like they're cray-cray,
it's gonna work.
Awesome that I identify with them, and I don't even know why, but I love them. And so, I mean, there's a couple of series, yeah, for sure. Like if you would say Family Ties or something like that, and not necessarily Who's the Boss. I mean, that's a whole other subject. We're not even going to go there right now. So, and to be remembered in that respect is I'm really grateful. Very grateful.
That's incredible. That's so cool. And then, I mean, that was 1988. 1 year later,
that was a big year for me.
Comes out. Yeah, I mean,
that was a big year.
So when you finished filming, did you hop right into Troop Beverly Hills?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
I did Against the Law with different guest spots. I did a bunch of guest spots, and then, I wasn't doing so hot as far as my health goes. So, there was transitions to be made, and that's too bad. But it was necessary.
So in True
Yeah.
Beverly Hills, you played Tessa De Blasio. Is it De
Is
Blasio?
that right? Perfect. Yeah, yeah.
The
Italiano.
daughter of, there you go. The daughter of two well-known movie directors, and in many ways a genius who has learned a bit too much from her therapist. How do you relate to that character at that time?
I loved that character. I loved her. And I remember I was very upset that they told me I needed to wear glasses. And I was crying about it because I was a kid. I was
That's
crying.
iconic.
I know, can you believe that? And my mom was like,
Yeah.
no, no. And then I realized, it took me a second, wearing the glasses for my character actually helped enunciate who my character was, because that was
Yeah.
Tessa. Glasses, she was smart, and she was just a wise little child. She knew way too much information for her own sake, and and I loved her lines. I loved it. And the director let me improv a little. Canoe, prop. He was amazing. It's crazy. I'm going to tell you something. This was during the strike, the union strike. So literally, I'm not even joking. We got the entire crew that just came off of, oh crap, of course I'm going to have a brain fart right now. Charles Grodin and Robert De Niro. I can't think of the movie. I'm going to have a brain fart right now. Okay, well, anyway. So the entire crew came off that. They're all guys. The actor also directed Revenge of the Nerds, so directing a Girl Scout movie is kind of interesting. And but it was perfect. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the movie right now. I'm so sorry, it escapes me right now.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. You talked about improv. I did some of the Kumbaya. Was some of that improv?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
You worked with another legend, Shelley Long. How was she?
Lovely. So good with us. So sweet. Never impatient. She had a young daughter at the time. She had a baby daughter at the time. And she never was impatient with us little actresses. And she was lovely. Yeah. So I mean that truthfully. She was lovely. And so was Betty Thomas.
Oh. that has such like iconic scenes, with the he permed me. I've always loved that.
All of us girls read for every part, but we were cast in the right part. And my drama teacher at the time in school, I went to Bangor High School or middle school, and my drama teacher was Mayim Bialik's dad. And so she auditioned for the movie as well. And I also auditioned for Beaches. I didn't get it, obviously, but she got the part because, of course she did, because she's perfect and she's a wonderful actress. She should have filled the shoes to be, the little Beaches, the little Bette Midler.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
what
so
was filming
he
the
wasn't
dance lessons like?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, that was my fault. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. No, I was just going to say. Anyway, let's move past. Go ahead.
What was the dance lessons like?
Well, I already was a dancer, so but the dance lessons were great because we had a wonderful choreographer. She was great. I can't remember her name. Sorry on me. But she would just get us very motivated and get us really enthused, and then we'd start doing the do. Okay.
That's cool.
I love dance.
As a teenager, you're kind of embarrassed. You don't know anything how to dance, really. At least I didn't, So for you to do that in front of the camera and stuff, that's so cool. And that you're out there and you're living like that. That's so amazing.
It was so fun.
Um,
We were just having fun. That's all it's about, you know?
Absolutely. You've also had that iconic line towards the end, that you tell Shelley Long that you made us like ourselves. That's very cool too. I think you just had some of the more iconic lines in that movie.
I had some great lines in them. I loved my lines. I wish I could repeat them verbatim, but I'd have to have something like that. But it brings me great pleasure to remember, and even if I would watch it now, I would be really happy with the lines that I said and the other lines that the other young girl said. It was lovely.
Yeah, like you said, you worked with a lot of young actresses at the time. I mean, on that show, you had Tori Spelling, Carla Gugino, Jenny Lewis. How was
Yeah.
everyone back then?
Well, I'm glad you asked. When we had our little reunion, just entertainment tonight wanted to get us all together and stuff like that. And so I was really fretful about it. I was like, oh, I'm nervous. I look terrible. Oh, I haven't seen these ladies in so long. And I'll give good on Carla because she didn't, I understand why, without even saying why, but she did not come, but she sent a little video message why she couldn't be there. And a couple of the girls just simply couldn't be there because, well, Emily couldn't be there because, well, it's impossible. I mean, her life is just, it's not possible. So she sent a video message, and Jen just separates herself, and that's okay. I kind of understand. She's got her music career going. Maybe she just wants to not be a part of it. And I don't understand that totally because I would think if it's part of you, why would you not distance yourself from it? It's part of you. But she doesn't want to recognize that. And that's okay. No harm, no foul.
She should recognize that as part of her evolution of who she became and who she is now. Yeah, everyone likes, Rilo Kiley, but this is what kind of made you to get to that position that you're at now.
I would agree. I have no I'm not famous now. I don't think I'll be famous again. Okay. I'm okay
You're
with
famous
that.
to me.
Oh, you're so nice. Thank you. I'm just me.
So,
go ahead. Yeah.
No, you go. Sorry, it's my lag. Go ahead. You're fine.
No, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just emoting.
Okay, well, I was going to say that movie has been heralded as a classic for 80s films and for the feminist movement. And, especially with everything that's going on now. How do you feel of being a part of something so iconic, that will withstand the test of time for so long?
Well, I had no idea it was that important, but if it is, then I feel privileged and I feel lovely and wonderful about it. And I hope that if moms want to show it to their boys and girls, that's lovely. I'm so happy about it. Yeah.
Absolutely iconic. I mean, it's an all-female cast, all girls. I think girls of that age kind of need something to show, like, hey, we can do it too, I mean, because it's a quite an ensemble cast of teenage girls, It's very cool.
We all got along. We got along so well. We did. And like I still can't think of the movie. Oh the guy, it's okay. You're having to look it up. Charles Grodin, Robert De Niro. I think it's Midnight. Oh, I thought of it. Boom, Midnight Run. Yo,
there you
got
go.
it. Midnight. So it was all males. Boom, boom, boom. All males.
Yep.
On this, and they were amazing. They were lovely. And yeah, sure, you could. I mean, I have some old video and stuff like that, behind the scenes kind of thing. But I would never take anything bad away from it because they were just being organic and being wonderful. They were just around all these little girls, and they never did anything sensational. They were just dudes, little girls.
Yeah.
They would joke around with us. We loved it.
Yep. So after that, you actually had another role on another classic television show. You did Married with Children. How was that when you filmed that?
I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah.
That set was awesome. I remember the read because we had to do the table read, and that was a very high testosterone kind of set. It was dudes, and they were like, whoa, 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 kind of thing. And I was just a kid, but I recognized that going on. And yeah, they wanted the punchlines to read punchy and be very funny, and I loved that. Okay, so I never took offense to any of it. I'll tell you a secret. It's not a secret, so I'm telling you, and everybody else is listening. But I remember being on set, and I remember Stephen Dorff and
Giovanni Ribisi.
David Faustino, thank you, and then Giovanni Buscemi. Yeah. And so they all were really hoping that they could boss or have her boss them, Christina Aguilera. And then when I know you okay. Did I say Aguilera? Oh my God, I did. So embarrassing. I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's close. It's close. It's close.
I was there. I was listening to her music. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
But they
yeah,
well, I'll tell you, our studio teacher, our classroom teacher, what we did for classroom time, we watched Fast Times at Richmond High. Did for our lesson.
That's cool.
So that was the mindset of that set. It was amazing. I loved it. I loved every minute. I wouldn't change it for the world.
That was cool. I mean, Bud has like a headless date or whatever. He tries to like date a mannequin to like impress everyone, you know. That episode
I didn't mind. I loved the whole thing. I love it.
Like you said, you know, it had Stephen Dorff and Giovanni Ribisi on that episode. It was very iconic. It was very cool.
It was.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. And my co-star, she I think she bought.
Yeah. And then, you know, after that, is there anything else you want to say about that last show, about Married with Children? Anything else that you wanted to hit?
No. I just had a, because that was my own outfit, and I had really long hair, and I had a great time, and I was really innocent, but I was like, well, wait, what about, well, maybe I should,
Yeah. And then, as if you couldn't land on any more iconic shows, you hit one for the 90s, Beverly Hills 90210.
Well, I remember when Married with Children came out, and my family and we all used to sit down and eat around the coffee table to watch Tracy Ullman and Married with Children. And we'd eat popcorn and our salad. Watch, it was great.
People don't realize Married with Children and The Simpsons saved Fox. You know what I mean? That was their two big, gigantic hits of the early 90s, late 80s. You know what I mean? If they didn't have those shows, Fox would have went under. They definitely saved the channel. Absolutely.
They did. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for asking about it. I appreciate that.
No problem. And after that, like I said, you hit Beverly Hills 90210, where you play Lucy, a girl completely head over heels in love with Brandon. How was filming that?
Oh, thank you for asking. You're so nice.
No problem.
I had a good time. Tori was not that nice to me on set, but that's okay.
Ooh, Tori Spelling?
Yeah, she wasn't that nice to me. But I understand why. I understand why. Because it doesn't matter. I understand why. Because she had a small part on Troop. And then she was acclaimed in this series. And I had a friend that also worked with her that worked on Troop. And she said the same thing. Tori, she wasn't very nice to me. But no, I know. But, you know, when we went to the reunion, Tori was love. And I respect that. She was so kind. So we do what we do when we do what we do. And I just noticed it.
People change.
Yeah, they. So when I was in set, I was like, oh, right, okay, well, bye, Tori. See ya. All right. And then making eyes at Brandon, Jason Priestley, that was really easy.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's really funny that I went from playing a precocious very smart girl to a wallflower, because that's all the parts I got before I left the business, was all wallflower.
Yeah, I mean, people forget how huge Beverly Hills was. You know, I don't think these new kids understand of how ginormous of a show that was. You know, and for you to be
big show, and that's a great show. By the way, that episode is a great episode. Gentle Whisperer. I would recommend anybody and everybody to watch that, because it's serious. It's a serious topic, and Brenda, her name is escaping me right now. Her character. Thank you. She's working for a hotline, and she's helping teens that are undergoing problematic situations, rape, whatever, on campus. And that's serious. So it was a very serious episode. However, my part was very not serious and was very innocent. And I remember a young man that was just on that show. His mom talked to my mom, and he didn't continue on the show. That's too bad. But he was supposed to be on the show, but whatever. You know, I know you've never seen it. Say, maybe I'll send it to you privately, but I would say there's a show I did that I absolutely loved, and it was a small part. It's not listed. I don't think. Finelli Brothers.
I saw it.
I
Googled it and I watched it too.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I loved doing that part. I loved it, and I wanted to be a regular on that show. Yeah, Chris Maloney.
The guy from Law and Order in it. Yep.
Yeah.
I watched it. I watched all the episodes on that show. I rewatched it. I watched everything.
Oh, you did? You're oh, you're nice, Rob. I love you. You're so cool.
Thank you so much. That's cool. What was that show like?
Which one? The Finelli Brothers?
Finelli Brothers? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You said you liked it so much.
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to think of all the other actors. There's great actors on that show. That show I loved so much because it was highly male oriented. That's fine with me. But there was also an older gal that had been in the business forever, and she played the mother hen or like the grandmother. And they were so nice. The producers, I believe, at least a couple of the producers, the ones that did Golden Girls, which is a huge thing to me. And I believe I went for the Golden Girls for something, and I don't think well, of course I didn't book it. What am I saying? And I'm such an idiot. No. I really liked it. I just really liked it. I can't remember if we had a live studio audience, because there was seating for a studio audience. So maybe we did. And maybe they put it as canned laughter. I don't remember. I can't remember. Too far ago. I don't remember. But I loved doing the episode. I loved working with Christopher Maloney, because here's the thing. When you work with actors that are so professional and so amazing, it brings out something in you that makes you better than you are. You know? Like he made you better.
Very cool. That's so cool. You know what? And before I forget to, I brought this up with Mary. I forgot to bring this up with Married Children. You said the cast was great, but how was Ed O'Neill and Katie Seagal at the time? How were they?
Ed was amazing. Katie Seagal was great. However, she gave me the heebie-jeebies at first in the makeup room, because she was looking at me like too much. And she told me I reminded her of, they had a lot of guest stars on that role. And she was like, you remind me of this and that and the other. But she was fabulous. Everybody was fabulous. Everybody.
Very cool.
Honestly, I really mean that. I would not say that was not. Yeah.
And then I think you did Rin Tin Tin, Canine Cop, or something like that, or The New Adventures of Lassie. I forgot. I forgot to.
I did. Okay. A little wrong. That's okay. I did do The New Lassie. I did. The episode is called Slumber Party, and that was right when I was about to exit Hollywood. That was my last. I think that was my last show. Yeah. And then my family moved on, and I went to treatment and all that. That's okay. I went to like 4 treatments. Oh my God. But basically,
Um,
I had a great time on that show. However, the makeup artist was very not nice to me. He pointed out the fact that I
oof.
was too ill and I was very skinny. He said he was a Mickey Mouseketeer on that show
What a
back in the
jerk.
day. He was a jerk.
What an
I
idiot.
forgive
I
him.
hope he's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I forgive him. It's okay. I was ill,
that's the best thing.
but I don't need that, you know. And maybe he could have said it in a kinder way because I exited the business right after that.
Yeah,
My family knew I had to because the casting director was like, you need to get her help. So, I sought help.
yeah.
But
You,
I don't think
right
he
after
should have
that,
said it like that. Yeah.
you took a break from acting. And we don't have to get into
I
anything you don't want to or anything like that. But how has your time
Oh,
been away
I'm very
from
open about
from the biz?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a desperate, dark time, and it was an eating disorder, and everybody goes through their own trials and tribulations, and so I would say whether it's alcohol or pills or smokes or sex or starving, whatever your issue is, I mean, there's a plenty that I didn't even list. I would just say take a minute and help yourself if you can.
Yeah.
And when I did, what saved me is that I thought that I was going to be an actress again. That was my saving grace because I really saw the light at the end of the tunnel was like, Hollywood is waiting. But then I realized, no, your life is
Yeah.
waiting. You got to get after your life, whatever you're going to choose to do.
And did you become a mother after that later on?
No, it's a lie. It's on the internet. I wish that wasn't there, but I wish I were. I mean, I would be so blessed to be a mother, but I know. I
It's
mean
just
that.
I have to do all my research, so I see stuff, and
No,
I
it's
have to
very
let you know now that I'm able to talk to you.
No, it's wonderful. It's wonderful that we're talking. But I had close friends that say, "So you have a baby?" No,
That's
I
funny.
don't. I
That's
think I would
crazy.
know if
Can't
I had
believe
one.
everything you read on the internet.
Yeah. I think they list me as a year younger than I am, but that's okay. I'm going to go with that.
I'll take it. You had
You're never sure. Betty, no. But I never bothered
you
to
had
change it.
you had another role in The Shield in 2003. I think you played a prostitute. How was that?
That was so
Yeah.
fun. I had a blast. I had a blast doing that. It was a bit part, but I loved being in the jail cell. I know that sounds weird. And I loved playing I was cast, basically. I was supposed to be the skinny, chemical addicted person and I had a good time. I met a guy on that and he invited me to a rap party and I had a really good time. It was really fun.
That's cool.
So
That's very
great.
cool.
And I remember that guy, Michael. I can't think of his last name. Michael something.
I forget his name too. Yeah.
He's from Hercules or something, one of those Animine films or something like that. Doesn't matter. No, not his name. Okay, anyway.
I think he was
yeah.
The Shield. No,
Michael
you go.
something.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
you're fine.
he was like.
So we went to the rap party and it was great and I had a blast and I was being a fool, but I was really glad that the guy asked me out to go to the rap party. It was really fun.
That's very cool. In 2009, you also had a one-woman show. I got to see that, and that was very cool. What made you want to put that together?
I'm glad you asked. I had done I can't remember how that went down. Oh, yeah. I'd already done the Elvira movie, and I was burgeoning, like, with all these ideas and things I wanted to put out and talk about, but I wanted them to be funny. And so my brother was so lovely. He collaborated with me. I went to a class, they called it Launchpad. And so basically we were encouraged to talk about what we wanted to write because I did not consider myself a writer. So we were told just vex it, just get it out. And then record it. Robin Williams did the same thing. I heard that. Yeah. He would record himself talking to people about his ideas in comedy. And I thought that was fascinating. And so that's what we did. We recorded it. I went home. I wrote it all down, and then I went to my brother's apartment and I sat down with him. We just had the best blast ever because I go, yo, this is what I want to do. And he had time, and I just started going off, you know, like, like cray. I was acting it out. He was like, hang on, I'm putting this all down on the computer, blah, 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 because he can type. I can't type worth of crap. And he said, blah, 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 blah. And so he helped me flesh that out. It was brilliant. I'm so grateful for him for doing that for me. And so then I was able to get it all together. And then I was told about this show called 15 Minutes with Femme. Even though my show is 45 minutes, I pushed it into a small, you know, compressed 15 minutes. And so I auditioned and they put me up on stage. And frankly, I think I should have won. I'm sorry. I think I should have won, but I didn't. It's okay. It's okay. Because I don't think anybody.
How was the Elvira movie?
It's okay. Go ahead.
How was the Elvira movie?
Oh my God, I don't even know how to tell you. It was a blast. Are you kidding me right now?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was amazing. Going to Romania, working with Sandra Peterson, and of course, it's going to escape my mind right now. Richard O'Brien, I believe, guy that played the crazy character, where he's like doing this the whole time. And then Mary Jo Smith and Scott Atkinson. Everybody was awesome. I was like, you know, because I was kind of like different, and I was a kid kind of still compared to them, and I still was kind of first in my problem, so I wasn't readily accepted by them, but that's okay. I made friends with the younger people that worked in the hotel. We stayed in a palace, by the way. Castle. We stayed in a castle.
Damn.
Castle. And there was only like us and then a couple of other Americans that were staying there. It was cray. And so on my off time, I would travel with the other young people that I met, and they would take me around just to see Romania and stuff like that. It was awesome. We would go have coffee. We'd go do all kinds of wonderful things. I loved it. I loved the experience. I loved it.
That's so
cool. It is cool. And Cassandra Peterson is amazing. Amazing. She's like the coolest.
You've had such an illustrious career. I mean, in the short time that you were really in Hollywood, you accomplished so much. It's so amazing. I just wanted to thank you so much for your time, for coming on and telling me these stories that, you know, have been untold up until now, as far as I've known, you know. So I want to say thank you so much.
Of course, I'm so happy to be a part of this interaction. Thank you so much.
Is there any shout outs or anywhere, you know, you want people to check out anything that you got going on online or anything like that?
No, not really.
Last words?
Well,
No?
my last word would be that just live large, and I'm meaning large. When I say large, live your truth and be you and love life, and everything's going to be okay. Even if you don't think it's going to be okay, just pray. It'll be okay.
There you go. Thank you so much for coming onto the show. Thank you so much. This is incredible for me. Absolutely humbled to be here. Thank you so much.
Me too. Right now. Amazing.
For Heartthrob Rob and Koffin Radio, on behalf of Heather Hopper. Oh my God, this is amazing. I'll see you guys next time.